finding your why. What most people might not know is that your why is something that's not hand delivered to you. Finding our why is also not easy. We may discover our why over a long period of time, or in fragmented pieces, or through a lot of trials and a lot of pain. I like to think of finding the why in life by answering the question that we all encounter at some point, which is, why me? What's up, sweethearts? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aigner. This is called The Smile Inside Your Heart. Here on this channel, we make health and wellness content, also healing content, so you can liberate your mind, body, and your soul. Okay, wait a minute. Is that Chase and Chance? Hey, Duka! Everybody, my little brothers are actually watching me right now. This is Chase and this is Chance, and they're watching their big sister chase her dreams. All right, Stinka, say hi to the sweethearts. Say hi, sweethearts. I want to say thank you to my little brothers so much for always supporting me on my channel. You guys are also a big reason why I do this. I love you and I'll see you real soon. So as you already know, this is a journaling exercise. So you're gonna wanna get out your pad and pen. And our first exercise is gonna be finding my why timeline, or as I like to call it, the why line. Okay, so go ahead and draw a line directly down the middle of your page. And on the right-hand side, you're gonna write the birth. Then in the middle, you're gonna write the how, or the pursuit. And then at the end, of course, you're gonna write your dream life. So of course, we're starting with the birth. The birth of your dream life usually was that pivotal moment where you were facing life-changing challenges. It was the moment when you decided that the life you are currently living is no longer suitable for you and in alignment with what you desire, and you were able to visualize a life that you did want to manifest. So if you have a date, that's great, write it down. For me, it was in 2020 when the pandemic hit. Now, I feel like all of us can resonate with this time period of isolation and deep introspection because we were forced to go inside. And I remember during this time feeling very hollow inside, and I questioned myself, like, if no one told me to be a student, if no one told me to be an athlete, if no one told me to be a worker, who am I and what would I be doing? And I got to the bottom of that and realized that it was nothing. Everything that I was doing was because someone told me that it was the right thing to do. Also during this time, I was going through one of the biggest heartbreaks of my life, and that also propelled me in the direction that I am in today. So when you figure out that time frame of the birth of your dreams and you write that down, underneath that, you're gonna put a little arrow and you're gonna pull out those problems. So my problem during that time was I felt unfulfilled. I was also physically sick, and I was going through a heartbreak. Okay, next is the how, or the pursuit towards your why. This is the present moment. Everything that you are doing now. So what does your life look like? Some examples for me would be working in my field as a scientist, or networking, scouting out places in Philly that I would like to live. These are all things that I'm doing and taking action towards in this moment. So go ahead and pause here and write down the things that you are doing currently. Okay, so now that you got that down, we're gonna go a little bit deeper. You have to realize that as humans, we don't do anything for no reason at all. The motivation behind everything that we do is because we have value attached to it. Our values are a huge part of who we are. So as you are looking at the how and what you are currently doing, go through and pull out all of the values that are attached to the things that you are doing now. So for example, I wrote down working in my field. The underlying value of working in my field as a scientist is because I value learning and growth. Now, mind you, Our values are about 1 to 2 words, so keep it short. Next, I am networking. The value attached to networking is community and building connections. These are my values, and these are the things that I want to keep doing in order to get to my dream life. Okay, and lastly, the dream life. This should be simple. What are your wildest, biggest dreams? What are your goals? What did the birth of your dreams look like inside of your head? For me, my dream life is to be a professional YouTuber full-time, period. Your dream life could be being a dentist or being a business owner or starring in a movie or being a singer, songwriter, anything. It's usually simple and you know what it is. So now we are at the end of our why line, and you may be wondering, well, what is the why? To figure out the why towards your dream life, you're going to want to draw an arrow from your goal all the way over to the problem that you encountered at its birth. Okay? This is your why. So going back, in 2020, I felt unfulfilled. I felt physically sick and I felt heartbreak. Thinking back to my goals as a professional YouTuber, that does address every single one of those problems. I am someone who has endometriosis, which means that I get really sick during my periods. And for a long time, I did not know how I was going to hold down a job because I can't be sick for 1 to 3 days out of the month, each month. And it gave me a lot of anxiety because I didn't know if I would be able to hold down a job. So I became an entrepreneur so that way I can make my own schedule, answer to myself, and focus on healing myself full time. That is my why to my dream life. In 2020, like I said, I was going through a crazy heartbreak. So my only choice in that moment was to heal, was to grow. And because I did that, I acquired these skills and the attributes of a person who could help others who are going through similar challenges and to also heal themselves and take a more self-aware approach to living. It's gotten to the point where all I have to really do is just be myself and people feel inspired to also be themselves as well. That is my why. Okay, I hope your why line looks beautiful. Now we're going to move on to some writing prompts. Prompt number 1. Your why is typically your service to humanity. So in your notebook, answer these questions. Where does God or your source place me when someone else is in need? What do people come to me for? Go ahead and pause the video here and answer those questions. For me, through the years, I have found myself in many situations and relationships where I have encountered people who have suffered loss of a loved one. It's a theme in my life where I'm placed in situations where I must be there for someone who is grieving in that way. Even before I even knew what the feeling of losing a loved one felt like, I could resonate with that person a lot. And I realized that's because that's what I'm here for. When someone is grieving in that way, I am called to be there for them because I have the heart capacity to receive and hold space for them. Also, a lot of people come to me for advice on self-improvement and healing. That's the reason why my channel is centered around health and wellness and healing, is because I have the expertise and the knowledge that people trust me with to help them heal and to grow. Okay, prompt number 2. Your why brings meaning and fulfillment to your life. In your journal, you're going to want to ask yourself, where do I shine the most? What about life brings me joy? And what environments are proven to add to my growth and my success? Really think of the moments and the places and the people that you find yourself around or near where you just feel everything within. Not so much what the environment is doing for you, but what it's making you feel inside. So for me, that's dancing, modeling, being around creative people and creative environments, painting, anything where I am able to bring the lightness from within me and display it on the outside. Okay, sweethearts and Chase and Chance, thank you for tuning in again. I really hope you liked this journaling exercise. please leave a comment down below about what you came up with. I would like to hear your why. I just realized that one day I probably need to have some type of like printable ebook or printable worksheet so you can do this with me, and I plan on working on that very soon for you guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. I make videos every week on health and wellness. If you'd like to see more practical healing strategies like this, let me know in the comments as well. But until then, follow that big old smile inside your heart, and I'll see you next week. Bye.